Thank you. All right, should I just hold it up like this? Look there, okay.
Are you comfortable talking about it yet?
I don't know. You know, it's tough, especially knowing that coming on a documentary like this might result in a physical altercation between us.
Physical? Has she gotten violent with you before?
Well, last week I wanted to grab tea with her, so we sat down and, you know, I just wanted to catch up, hear about her life. And next thing you know, police showed up because she reached across the counter and pulled the cashier's hair and yanked her to the ground.
Hi, welcome to Poots Coffee and Tea. What can I get for you?
I'll have 1 chamomile tea.
1 chamomile tea. All right, and what's the name for the order? My man. Okay, I'll be right out in just a minute.
Right, so we live in Miami in this super nice building, and there's like this pool and everything.
My man?
How do you know my man?
Oh, we never met.
Oh, so you never met him. You just like to talk about, you like to dream. You're a dreamer. Yeah, you like to dream.
I think there's been a misunderstanding.
Oh, no. See, there's no misunderstanding. I completely understand. See, when I'm not around, you be doing this. But when I come around, you don't want to post up. So why don't you step outside and tell me all the things you've been saying about him?
Someone needs to call the police.
That's when I knew Kelly needed professional help. Yeah, that's why this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, I knew she was struggling with her mental health because every time she spoke, the only words she knew were, my man, my man, my man. And, you know, I told her, you're not a burden. You can open up to your friends. You know, we love you.
What did she say back to that?
She said, so does my man. I'm doing so much better since BetterHelp connected me to a licensed therapist. Mine is a trained listener and gave useful, unbiased feedback on dealing with my man syndrome. If you're experiencing the same my man tics like me, you should go to their site, go to the link, betterhelp.com/stamps, and begin by just answering a few questions. BetterHelp will tailor match you to a professional who has years of experience. Since I'm always on the go, traveling with okay, what did my therapist tell me? Since I'm living such a busy lifestyle, I prefer to do it all on my phone. However, you can go wherever you're comfortable, whether it's on your phone or a phone call or just over messaging. You'll be matched usually within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. Remember, go to my link, betterhelp.com/stamps. And because you all are so supportive of my journey to heal from my man syndrome, we have a special discount for you on your first month. I went an entire 5 days without seeing my man. And at first I didn't know what to do with myself, but then I went to Google and I searched things to do on a hot day. And of course I ended up at the ice rink in suburbia. I was super excited, but I was a bit nervous since this was my first time being back on the ice since being diagnosed with arthritis, which is very painful, by the way, guys. But as soon as I put on that Chanel fanny pack and I felt the wind go through my Kinky Street bundles, I felt like Kamila Valieva, the Russian princess. You can't tell me nothing. Hello, Stampede students. I'm back to being weird again. I said I have my sense of humor back. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you to my man. I said I was gonna say it. I'm sorry, guys. I have to. Thank you to my man. Because listen, in these wee hours of the night, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna be so real. You know what? Watch this. That's how real I am. Guys, I'm going to bed. I have to have these late night thoughts. Nothing is funny in this economy. I could not laugh when I had bills to pay. I could not be humorous on the internet until my basic needs were met every month, right? See, when you're a comedic type of creator of some sort, and you're doing creative content, not just sharing your lifestyle, you have to worry about views to some extent before you put out the videos that are funny or cool or creative, you know? Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. If it were up to us, every single skit would perform well. But mine just don't sometimes, or they do. It's a hit or a miss because that's YouTube. It's random. The algorithm is quite strange. I feel like my 20-year-old self. back in that Santa Monica bedroom with the creaky floors, but the beautiful wooden ceilings, might I add. I didn't have a bill to pay. Times were good, you know, everyone was kind of getting along. That's not true. People weren't really getting along, but people were getting along much better. TikTok was it a thing yet? When I was 28 years ago. Okay, whatever. It wasn't an addiction for most. Our attention span's a little bit more there, you know. Times are changing. That also affects our business. It does, because a lot of people are just on TikTok. So thank you. Thank you if you're one of those people who prefers long-form content. You feel like you're actually getting something out of this YouTube community, or both now since I have 2 channels. Although I'm pretty much posting on the other one at this point. I'm very regular on the other channel. Here, it's just, here I am, here I'm not. I could post a video of me like, I don't know, like the craziest video idea tomorrow, and it doesn't matter. That's the beauty. When God answers your prayers, I say, God, let this go back to being a hobby. I still want to make my little pocket change, I do. But this was best as a hobby. You know, I've been talking about this for a long time. I really think content creation and, you know, anything creative is so fun until you turn it into your job. Because I do 1 or 2 sponsors a month on here. It might look like I'm always doing sponsored content, but it's really just once or twice a month. It just happens to be when I upload. It's usually sponsored lately. But yeah, when you're doing this full time and, you know, you're used to living on your own, like I got rid of roommates kind of prematurely. I think I could have stayed a little bit longer, to be honest, but, you know, I could afford to move out. So I was like, oh, why not? It's called like lifestyle creep. It just creeps up on you. Then you're like, oh, darn, I'm so used to having my own apartment. I'm so used to having this and this and this in my space. And your privacy, it's, you know, it's so valuable to me. But yeah, that's it. It gets to the point where like your videos aren't as funny as you'd like them to be, because you have to kind of follow patterns. Like, you know, guys, we don't have to talk about this. We already went down this rabbit hole before of explaining why content creators have to ultimately become clones of each other at some point, which is unfortunate. But I don't have to. By the way, I met my man after I pulled the plug on this main channel here. And it created the new one, which was Whataburger Queen. And then I was like, that's a stupid name. Like, what if Whataburger, I don't know, sues me or something? They're not going to do that. They would like me. I feel like I'd be the president of Whataburger, like Marty wearing orange. I just could smell a copyright issue, so I changed it to Senpai Stamps, because obviously I like Japanese culture. One moment, please. So, Mr. Kelly Stamps got me this book, Learn Japanese for Adult Beginners. I actually need my glasses now that I took off my contacts, so I can't read this, but it teaches you how to write katakana. Okay. Lisa, won't you teach me Japanese? I said, hi, you know? Very interested. Like, this is the time to basically do all the things that I couldn't do over the past 4 years ago. I took this full time. And ever since then, I haven't been able to just chill and relax and just kind of take a break or do anything else. So that's really nice. I'm like, I should leave the country. I really enjoyed being independent. I do, guys, I preach to you how to make money, how to save your money and stuff. I was a minimalist for some time. Now I'm not. Still don't have very much, but, you know, I've done my early 20s thing. So if you're watching this and you're like, maybe I should get into a relationship with a man who would make my life easier. Yeah, just wait, enjoy it first. Enjoy your early 20s. Build out your own identity and your career. Make your stacks. Save it. All right? Get your side hustle going now. Because I've been telling you all, on the other channel at least, I said, God has been preparing me for the next phase. I feel it in my bones. It's so obvious. Told me in a dream, told me via, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, those of you who feel like you have a communication with, you know, higher power, just understand. But, yeah, it became very obvious. It all just fell into place. So funny. Like, I just said, I give up. And I produced that video being like, why I stopped dating. Or I'm in my Dallas apartment and I'm like, guys, I sit here on the floor
with my camcorder in the mirror. So, yeah. Also, you know what? Speaking of, we're going to end this with a rant. I need to get a good rant. This is why I'm going into podcasting. That's not obvious. I'm a yapper, and it's just so much easier doing podcasts because you don't have to worry about your appearance or anything, and like outfit changes and video editing. It's a bit complicated. In regards to the singleness and then, I guess, not being single, something that I hated. I talked about this on my TikTok. Shameless self-promo. At Because Names. I said I was so irritated with my friends who were like, oh, you'll find someone when you least expect it. No, you won't. Actually, you won't. Oh, you have to love yourself first is what they love to tell single people. You have to love yourself first. I'm like, most of us have. We've been loving ourselves for 20-something years. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting companionship, you know, wanting a wife or husband or whatever it is that you're seeking. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But this current society has become so hyper-independent and selfish that we think, you know, you're supposed to be embarrassed about it. Like, I see all these videos all over social media of girls crying in their cars. You know, I've definitely felt the same way at one point. And yeah, I realized I was selfish for many years. That's why I was able to create this channel and a second channel and live the lifestyle I've been having for a while. But now my cup is full. Like, I'm able to give to somebody else or something. I've been doing volunteer work, which is low-key kind of scary because I keep going into the hood in Miami and I'm like, here's your food. And then I run away in my Mini Cooper. But I'm just kidding. It's actually really rewarding to do community service and stuff like that. So I want to get involved more. If you have any links or suggestions, let me know in the comments of ways to give back in Miami. Although I already know how to. It's like all kind of provided throughout church, this place that I go to now, which I won't say because last time people started showing up to the church I was going to, and that was weird. Those guys are kind of weird. Like, we won't talk about that here. Like, I don't want to cause like another wave of like weird stalking situations, but that happened. It was funny. Like, I'm at my service and then several people are just like, you said you come here. And I'm like, yeah. Like, how are you going to stalk me in the place of the Lord, you know? It's not stalking. I said it. That's why I'm not saying where I go now. But, yeah, community service efforts are nice. People have kids for this reason sometimes. They're like, oh, I feel like I can give to something else. People get dogs, people get cats, people get pets, people do volunteer work, they adopt, you know, whatever it is. But there comes a point just, you know, when you feel like you want to give to something else. I've been very selfish for very long on this channel in my life. And I'm at the point where you go, okay, now what? I was thinking, oh, maybe I should go back to work and go to school. And nothing's wrong with education. It's just adding value. But there is something wrong if you're just trying to fill the void, which Jesus can only fill. Anyway, that's my update. It's really dark now. I need to go to bed. No, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm obsessed with the Stairmaster. That's another update. This is what my podcast is going to be like, by the way. Just rambling with no layout whatsoever. Hope you enjoyed.